2019, humanitarian aid worker Habib was praying his Australian working visa would come through to avoid taking his family back home to his unstable village in Pakistan.
There are issues in Afghanistan which brought a lot of instability and insecurity in bordering areas where we belong.
His skilled work regional visa arrived just in time.
To be honest, I was thinking like it's a dream. I'm dreaming.
Habib's work meant travelling the globe, establishing schools and hospitals for communities in need, as well as water and sanitation infrastructure. It was meaningful work, but not easy on his children.
My kids started saying me, that my second born kid, that father, I am confused which language I need to learn.
Good job.
We make friends in one school in one country, then you take us to another country.
Setting up a life in a new city is never easy, and Habib had big plans to buy his family a home.
I came here straight to Muna, so I wanted to buy in Muna, Glenorchy area.
Those hopes were shattered when they learnt about the significant extra costs for migrants. In 2018, the state government introduced the Foreign Investor Duty Surcharge, or FiDS. It meant anyone who wasn't a permanent resident would have to pay an extra 3% of the property price in tax. Last year, it went up to 8%. It took the cost of buying a house in Glenorchy up by more than $40,000. And on top of that, there's the Foreign Investment Review Board fee of around $6,000.
I have considered Australia like my home. Maybe Australia still did not consider me like its child. So I felt like I'm not a first-class citizen here.
Owning property is an important part of putting down roots. If you have a substantial surcharge that will apply to you buying property when you're a temporary resident, common sense says you might hold off until you've got permanent residency, and then by that stage you might not be required to stay in Tasmania.
Meghna Rout migrated to Tasmania from Nepal and also planned to buy a home.
It just gives me this feeling of home, and I think it is geographically, socially very similar to what it is in my home country.
Learning about the barriers for temporary visa holders drove her to start a mortgage broking firm.
I have a lot of clients who they have the necessary funds, they have all the, they have good jobs, they can service for the loan, but they do not want to pay that extra cost. They do have this feeling of, being not belonged probably a little bit, especially with visa holders like 491 who are really committed to this state.
About 22% of Glenorchy's population moved to the area in the past 5 years. Of those, more than 15% arrived from overseas. Almost 1/3 of all migrants moving to Greater Hobart have settled in the area. But with the Foreign Investor Duty surcharge, encouraging people to stay might become a struggle. Meghna Rout believes the concept of a tax is reasonable, but the hike to 8% is too much. She wants a review of the policy.
Does it align with the intention of wanting to have more migrants settle down here? I think at the moment the answer with respect to FiDS is no.
The state government says the surcharge ensures local buyers remain competitive in a market under increasing demands from foreign investors. It says the rate is in line with other jurisdictions and has no plans to review it. Foreign investment approval stats suggest foreign buyers make up 2.37% of Tasmania's market. For Habib, the house hunt will start again when he becomes a permanent resident.
I might be buying a house, maybe some other areas, some other regional areas where the housing is a bit cheap. So it might not be necessary Tasmania I'm very much thankful to the Australian government and to particularly to the Tasmanian state who accepted us. We got the security. But the thing is now, if you don't have a property or home somewhere, so you might not have that affiliation which you should have to that state or city.
New Australians in pursuit of the Australian dream. Sarah Jane Bell, ABC News, Glenorchy.